Hello everyone. Right, I wanted to pop on because yesterday I did the post-bow question answers and I got a couple of DMs and they were all about bathroom and using the bathroom and toileting and behaviours appearing in the bathroom environment. So I just wanted to talk about the functions behind the behaviours that you might see in self-care activities like toileting, like being in the shower, in the bathroom, brushing teeth, washing face, all these kind of functional tasks where we see problems with behaviour, and why do we do it? So if you think about the bathroom, think about it from a sensory perspective. So when you go into the bathroom, if you've got tiled flooring, it can be a cold floor sensation on your feet. If you are flushing chains, running water, it can be, and you've got a tiled environment, it can be a noisy kind of quite echoey environment at times. The temperature of your room might change, so it goes from just a room temperature or maybe a cold temperature. Some bathrooms are cold, and then if you're running a bath or a shower and the steam's coming, then it gets a heightened temperature. If they get in the bath might be cold. The water is obviously going to change their body temperature once they get into the water. And obviously being in the shower, it is a very tactile, stimulating activity because it is just constant on your skin. So when you think about it and all the changes that can happen in relation to body temperatures and changes of sensory input that can happen in a bathroom, that can be why some children are avoidant of even going into that environment, or if they're in that environment they want to leave because the temperature's changed, it's got hotter, or they know they're anxious about what's to come because they know that water's going to touch their skin and they find it uncomfortable. So sometimes that is one of the reasons why behaviours can occur within the bathroom. If it is in relation to brushing teeth, then obviously it could be the taste, it could be the tactile sensation of the toothbrush, and some children respond really well to vibration and find it really comforting, and using a vibrating toothbrush can really help provide that tactile proprioception, that stimulation that they need to help regulate the nervous system. If the child is tactile sensitive and you're using or promoting, encouraging the use of a vibrating toothbrush, that could be one reason why they don't want to brush their teeth. So try with just a normal toothbrush where they're in control of the tactile stimulation that they'll get from the toothbrush rather than the vibrating one. So it varies up, but it all depends on how sensitive the child is to the tactile stimulation. And then when you think about water on our skin, that like I say, that the shower is obviously very stimulating, but what you could do is just get some water and just put it on their skin before they either get in the bath or in the shower, and they get much more of a stimulating, so you kind of desensitize their skin to that sensation, so that when they get in the bath or the shower, their body doesn't immediately respond. Because what is happening is that there's a lot of, like I say, sensory stimulation, but as well there's a lot of if you think about it as well, I'm just thinking in relation to sensory input, when we're bathing, whether you're using your hand, a flannel, a sponge, whatever it might be, you're going to put sensation right across your body, and that could be anxiety provoking for children if you've got something that is uncomfortable to them in the skin. So after a bath, one really good strategy to do after a bath is wrap them up really tightly in a towel, because some parents I've worked with think that it's actually the activity of the bath that is causing the anxiety and the meltdowns of them being in the bath, but actually it's not that. It's actually the transition out, and actually the sensory input changing, and the body sensation and the, you know, everything changing, so the water's off their skin, and that is what causes the meltdown. So it's after the bath, it's not actually the bath itself. So if you wrap them up tight in a towel and do lots of deep pressure to dry their body off, that is calming and regulating an activity after a bath. Or, you know, even if it's washing their face, you know, you can put pressure on their face to dry their face, so that it gives us that deep tactile proprioception input to help regulate the nervous system. And then obviously once it's built into the routine, the children will then realise what's going to happen, and they'll not get as anxious about the whole transitioning out of the water. And particularly if children love the water, you know, they might love the visual stimulation of playing with water, and, you know, having all the toys to be able to, and to watch the water fall. That's a stimulating activity, and children love it. So sometimes children can find it difficult to transition out of that environment to go somewhere else. So if you provide that deep pressure tactile through the towel and through the drying, which obviously becomes a functional task, because you could teach them themselves independently to wrap it up tight round them, then it's calming and regulating. And then if we think about, from a motor perspective, being in doing self-care activities, you know, it's often, there's a lot of motor action needed to be able to reach and touch your feet, or cross the midline of your body and cross and wash your other arm, you know, lift your arms up above your head to wash your hair. You know, a lot of these physically motor actions can be quite hard for children with sensory processing issues if they've got motor coordination issues alongside it. So it's thinking about how we can support them to be able to do these activities functionally and give them some support when they need it, but grade it. So, you know, you can use visual schedules, but actually with the motor action, it's about developing the motor skills at every possible activity that you can. So, you know, they might need a physical prompt to put it across their body, to touch their body. So it could be actually the motor action of washing themselves that's causing the anxiety rather than anything else. But it's also a process of elimination and truly understanding the child's sensory processing needs to kind of figure out what aspect of the bathing and self-care activities that really is impacting on their ability to function and engage, because quite often challenging behaviour can come in these kind of activities, and it's obviously not a time when we want challenging behaviour. So it's really kind of picking apart at what point does the child kind of become anxious, look anxious, you know, in relation to toileting. Is it their body awareness and their proprioception that they don't get the feedback, so they're not able to clean themselves? Is it, do they need a mirror? You know, you can use a mirror to give that feedback for that body awareness, so they've got the visual, so they can see where the hand is and where the body is and where they need to touch. Obviously proprioception throughout the day. So on our website we've got the sensory zone schedule, so putting something like that in throughout the day will help their body awareness, which will then help in relation to all of the self-care activities, including bathing. Is it the fact that they're a little bit frightened if they're sitting on the toilet and their feet are lifted off the floor? Do they just need a stool underneath their feet? Because some children with vestibular issues get gravitational insecurity, don't like their feet off the floor. So having a stool under the floor, under their feet, sorry, not under the floor, can really support that aspect of it. So there's lots of different strategies that we can put in relation to self-care and bathroom, but it's really truly picking apart the one activity that you find difficult. But I know just a couple of questions that came through was just about the bathing and the anxiety and the toileting. So I hope these kind of strategies have made a little bit sense, and what I've explained makes more sense, to making it predictable, making it calming. You know, think about actually as well with the sensory input in the bathroom, the smell. You know, it can be very alerting smells if you've got kind of citrusy bath wash or citrusy bubble bath. And so think about the smells that you've got in relation to the shampoo and what you're using as a shower gel, try and look for calming and regulating smells. Sorry, don't know, I think it's because I've just been talking a lot. So that it is also calming and regulating for their nervous system, for the olfactory system of smelling, because otherwise it can be quite stimulating. And just think about practicalities of, can their interoceptive system, can they register temperature well? Can they get in a bath that's appropriately temperatured, or would they just jump in a really hot bath and not react to it? And it's kind of teaching that interoceptive system within the self-care. So you might say, I don't know, Robert, I can see that you are worried because the bathroom is getting hot. I will open the window. So that you're teaching the interoception of, I can see you're feeling worried. So it's the emotion is connected to the internal feeling, but you're also providing the strategy of the environment to be able to teach that if you feel like this, then you can do this action and it'll make you feel better. And being in the bathroom is a perfect time, because obviously it does cause anxieties, it is often stimulating, so kind of being able to teach that interoceptive system is really good time to do it. So I hope this all made sense. If you've got any questions, just pop them in below, but these are the ones that came through yesterday, and I am going to kind of look at doing regular question and answers in relation to support, and particularly obviously during now the UK is going back into its second lockdown. I just want to provide as much support as I can, so I'm going to do regular question and answer sessions. I'll probably try for Tuesdays and do them regularly on a Tuesday. So I'll pop the posts up on a Monday, and if you've got any questions, please just pop them in there, or pop them me in a DM and let me know, and then I can come in and I can give you as much strategies and support as I can during this second lockdown period. So I will finish it there for today, because they were the questions for today. But like I say, if there's anything that I've said that doesn't make sense, just tell us and I'll explain it. So I will catch up with you all probably next week, but obviously there will be posts up, and just please make the most of the group. Reach out to each other, reach out to me, have a support network there, because everybody is kind of trying to keep a positive head on at the minute, but I'm here if you need any support. Just reach out. All right, speak soon, see you later.